Howdy folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. Today we're making a glazed ham. Now, glazed ham is one of the simplest dishes that you can make for the holidays. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, or Easter. If you want to do a big dinner, ham is the way to go. It's easier than turkey or anything else because all the hams that you get in the grocery store come pre-cooked. This is a bone-in shank portion ham. You can even get these things pre-sliced. And this glaze will work with any ham. It doesn't matter if it's one like this or even a canned ham. I raised my kids on those Hostess hams. I don't even know if you can still get them or not, but the grocery stores would have them on sale, like a 4-pound ham for $5. And I would glaze them, bake them and glaze them, and we would have several meals out of those. But you can even put this on those little bitty individual hams if you're just cooking for 1 or 2 people that need a little help with their flavor. Just cut down the portion. I'm making about an 8-pound ham today, so you can cut down the amount of ingredients in your glaze to kind of fit the ham you're making. The glaze is really simple to make. And for years I did the pineapple juice and the pineapples on the ham and stuff. And I had a ham one day and I didn't have any pineapple. I don't know why I didn't have any pineapple, but I did orange juice. Just tried it because that's what I had. And when we got done eating, Brett pushed his chair back and pushed his plate back and he said, "That's the best ham I ever ate." And I thought to myself, well, honey, that's the kind of ham you're getting from now on because that's a whole lot easier than doing the big pineapple hams. But I'm just using a 1/2 cup of orange juice and a cup of brown sugar. Now, this is not firmly packed. If you like yours a whole lot sweeter, you can add a little more, or you could even add a 1/2 cup of honey to this recipe in addition to the brown sugar. But for my taste, that's a little too sweet. I just do kind of a loose packed cup of brown sugar. And I also have a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. Now, you don't have to do the cloves. You don't have to do the cinnamon either, but I always do the cinnamon, and I like the cloves, especially at Christmas time, because just that 1/2 teaspoon of cloves in the oven baking makes the whole house kind of smell like Christmas. So if you want the cloves or not, that's up to you. All you do is mix your ingredients together. There's no need to heat it on the oven or heat it on the stove or anything like that. Just add your brown sugar to your orange juice and your spices, your cinnamon and your cloves. And you want to mix it up. Now, I've just got this in a little glass casserole dish. You can bake it in a roasting pan or anything that is big enough to hold it. And if for some reason your oven is not working, you can even cook this on top of the stove in a big pot with a lid on it. Because like I said, you're just heating it up. If you're doing it on top of the stove, make sure you have a lid on your pot and start it on about medium heat. And then when the pot gets good and hot, turn it down to a very low simmer and just heat it for a couple hours until it's heated thoroughly. Now, I'm not even going to worry about mixing my spices up great because this is going to be in the oven for a few hours. I'm going to heat this in a 325-degree oven for 2.5 to 3 hours. You want to do it at least 20 minutes a pound, and you're only doing it in a 325-degree oven because, like I said, it's already cooked. All you're doing is reheating it. You're not actually cooking it. I've seen some stuff where people say don't add the glaze until the last 30 minutes because you don't want it to burn. Well, that must be something that came from a chef, because a cook will tell you the purpose for putting the glaze on there is to get the flavor into the ham. And if you don't put it on until right before you take it out of the oven, the flavor's not actually going to get in the ham. You're going to have a little bit on the outside, but you have a lot of fat on the outside that you're not even going to be eating. So you're not going to taste that flavor. Now, you're only cooking this at 325. It will get browner and it will kind of caramelize just a little bit, but it's not going to burn. It will be fine in the oven the whole time. And the flavor of your brown sugar and your cinnamon and stuff will kind of bake into the ham, and the whole ham will taste much better than if you wait until the last few minutes to put it on. And all you do is just pour it over the top. And if you're making it in a pan on top of the stove, you do it the same way. Now, if you're doing one of these bone-in hams, you do want to turn the cut side of your ham down in your pan. That will keep your ham from drying out, and everything will kind of run down into the pan, all the fat and everything off the ham, and it'll stay in there and your ham won't dry out. And the last thing you want to do before you put this in the oven is cover it with foil. Okay, so whether you're cooking it on top of the stove, in a pot with a lid, or in the oven, like I said, you do want it covered. You want to hold all that moisture and all that flavor in it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this in my oven, and I'm going to let it sit in there for, like I said, 2.5 to 3 hours. I'll check on it. I want to make sure it's good and hot all the way through, and then we'll be back when it's cooked to show you what it looks like. When you take it out of the oven, just take a spoon and put some of this stuff that's in the pan back over top of the ham so it kind of soaks in there. You want to make sure your ham's good and juicy when you cut it, and you want to let it sit for about 20 minutes before you try to cut it after you've taken it out of the oven. And like I said, you can do the pre-sliced hams, which makes it really, really easy to serve. But if you do the bone in, it's much easier to slice it. If you cut a big chunk off of the bone, just cut right down beside the bone, and then sit that on your plate and slice that. It's very hard to slice it on the bone. I'm sorry about my voice. I wanted to do one more video before Christmas. Hopefully when I do the next video, you'll be able to understand me a little bit better and I'll be talking clearer. But I had to wish y'all a Merry Christmas. And I hope every single one of you has a Christmas that is filled with the love of God, the love of family, and the love of friends. This is a super easy recipe. If you've never done a glazed ham before, anybody can do it. Please click like and subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. And until next time, remember to put God first.